Don't start wholesaling real estate till you know this. Guys, it's Rick in here. And in this video, I'm going to talk about the things that are rarely ever shared in wholesaling real estate. And to be honest with you, these two things are the greatest secrets you need to know in wholesaling real estate to be successful. Before I get into it, I need you to do me a favor. Go ahead and click that like button, smash that subscribe button to continue to receive the absolute best information on wholesaling today on the internet. So here's the tips I'm going to share to you that you need to know before you start wholesaling real estate. And I have 19 years experience, and I wish I stuck to these principles when I started. Number one, first and foremost, stop comparing yourself to everybody on social media. Stop worrying about all the forums on Facebook, all the stuff on Instagram, all the stuff on like YouTube. Is, first of all, you have no idea the comments when people are making on there. They're saying, oh, I'm closing 10 or 15 deals, and you're like still struggling to do your first deal. Guys, I'm here to tell you, this is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It doesn't matter how long it takes you to get your first deal. The key is that you go through your process to get it. Yes, we all want urgency, but the reality is we're all different. We all learn at different rates. We all have different skill sets. And I believe God has a greater plan for us in wholesaling. So don't let anyone tell you or put you down or say, listen, I can't understand why you're only doing X amount of deals. I'm doing this. 9 times out of 10, that other person who's bragging on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it is, there's nothing to back it up. It's just a statement. I call him a keyboard warrior. Stop comparing yourself to people. A, you have no idea who they are. And number 2, you have no proof of what they've done. So I'm going to compare this to if you did a cross-country race. The reality in a cross-country race, by the way, my kids used to both do cross-country, is I said, stop racing on everybody else in the field. Meaning, when a runner gets up next to you, the human tendency is to start to sprint to pick up your pace. And I'm telling you, if you do that in wholesaling, it will kill you. You have to navigate and set your own goals and your own pace in wholesaling, and you have to stay true to your pace. Do not let anybody from the outside tell you the pace of doing wholesaling. If you speed up because so-and-so says they're doing 5 deals and you're still working on your first one, you have no idea if that's true. So they might actually be spinning you and pushing you in the wrong direction. So what you want to do is race against what we call your personal best. If I'm in a cross-country race and I'm running a 5K, I'm only racing to beat my time, okay? I am never going to let somebody else dictate the pace I'm going to do something, because the reality is you can get up next to a runner and you start picking up the pace, like trying to get it up. And what happens is you start running so fast in that second mile that by mile 3, you're out of gas and you actually give up and you start walking in the race. And that's the reason you need to understand it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. So many people want to do that sprint, and I'm here to tell you, it is a killer to do it. So rule number 1, before you start wholesaling, you need to know that you need to run your own race. You can compare notes, you can look at them, and you can make adjustments. I'm not saying that, but don't try to speed up real quick because Susie just posted she did 5 deals. That has no bearing on your plan. If you want to make adjustments for the rest of the year or the quarter, that's fine. But don't make that short-term decision. I see it done every day. I'm guilty of doing it, and I'm here to tell you, you need to run your own race. You are only racing against what you did yesterday and the week before. Because in the end, if you're still in the business 5 years from now and you're absolutely killing it and you did it, and the person you were trying to compare yourself, they're in and out of the business in 6 months, do not navigate any of your resources towards someone you have no idea who they are. Guys, we're in an electronic age. People posting stuff online. Anybody that you want to like validate what they do, make sure you go out and ask for HUDs and make sure they're doing it. So guys, do stop comparing yourself like that. If it's the only lesson you learn in this video, please take that away. Okay. Lesson number 2, if you are frustrated with your results, and I see this all the time, and this is common in your first 90 to 180 days. If you're frustrated with your results, meaning you feel like you're doing a ton of work, but you're not getting any traction, meaning you're not pulling in profits and putting it in your bank account, I always tell people, whenever they get frustrated, I ask one simple question, okay? And then you can use this to evaluate yourself, any of your partners, or any team members you're working with. What is your marketing activity level? Everyone just kind of looks at me like, what do you mean? I go, well, get out a piece of paper and I'm going to write down, how many phone calls did you make today? How many contracts did you write? How many emails did you send? How many appointments did you go on? That's your activity level. Add the number up. If the number's below 10, I know what your problem is. You do not have enough marketing activity. At the end of the day, the most important KPI in your first 6 months is your level of marketing. Are you pulling lists and are you engaging in prospects? If you're not, you are not going to get where you need to go. But Rick, I'm so busy. I'm writing business plans and I'm getting a line of credits and I'm doing logos. Guys, that stuff's not going to make you any money. So the most important thing you can track in the beginning is your marketing level. So whenever somebody goes on one of our masterminds with me and Zach, one of the biggest questions I ask when they get frustrated is I ask what their marketing level is. That's the only KPI that matters in the beginning. And what happens is they start spinning you on like every different direction. So you contacted 6 people today. Until you get that 10, 20, 30 times that, you are always going to struggle in marketing. Marketing is a volume game, guys. And you have to touch enough people that need to sell their house, and you have to qualify and filter out the ones that just want to sell their house. And the only way to get the amount of contracts, the amount of appointments, and the amount of phone calls is by high activity level. If you're frustrated with your results in wholesaling, do me a favor. Calculate what your marketing KPI index is. And if it's low, meaning the number of people you called that day, the number of contracts you written, the amount of appointments set, find a way to get it up. And it's really that simple. This will take you away from all the other distractions you're getting from like business plans, raising money, list stacking. Trust me, all that's important, but at the end of the day, if you do not have the marketing level activity, you will not last in this business. It's brutally important in your first 30 days to your first 6 months that you track your marketing level activity. And guys, this is not a complicated spreadsheet. Just take a piece of paper, you can do an Excel spreadsheet, and put in there the number of leads contacted for each day, the number of appointments set for each day, and the number of contracts written. And if you want to do contracts accepted, and then add up that number and track that score. And if that number is not constantly increasing from day 1 to 6 months, you're going in the wrong direction. And that's going to really hurt your wholesaling business. Stop tracking all the other KPIs you do, make a marketing activity level sheet, and get the activity insanely high. Get driving for dollars on there. Get all your cold calling activity. And the more numbers you put on there, the more you're going to increase your chances of getting really, really good wholesale deals, and you'll thank me later. Okay, last but not least, this is an important one, so I saved it for last. And you guys, I've said this 1,000 times, just going to remind you. Before you start wholesaling, or if you're actually wholesaling now, you need to know this. You need to lose your ego. And what do I mean by that? I don't know, somehow in the wholesaling business, the egos are so great in this business. And why not? We're all entrepreneurs. But I'm here to tell you, the more you can bury your ego and drive forward with the business, the better you're going to do. Your ego is kind of that little voice in the back of your head saying you're always right. And I'm here to tell you, you're not always going to be right. And you've got to be open to feedback from people that when your business isn't going well, and I'm not talking about internet feedback, I'm talking about data from your business, and you need to look at it and stop letting your ego run your business. Sometimes to grow, you have to bury your ego, and you can't always be right 100% of the time. I find when you can lose your ego, you're more open to data around you. And if your goal is to drive your wholesaling business to be the absolute best and give you that financial freedom and give you the time that you deserve to get back, you've got to lose your ego. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not easy. It takes a lot to put your ego aside. Your ego is that, it's kind of like that alter ego that tells you everything you do is right and you're Superman, you're Superwoman, nothing you can do fail. Well, the reality is it's impressive and people use it to try to build the reputation up. But the reality, the reputation is just what other people think about you. And if you use your ego to try to drive that behavior, it's just lies. If you're having a tough month, you're better off admitting it and trying to fix it and move on. And if a deal's not working out, instead of trying to always be right, look at what is right for your wholesaling business. And if you start looking at things in your perspective on like what will move my business forward instead of what will make me feel better now, the sky's the limit in what you can do in wholesaling. I'm telling you right now, guys, lose the ego and amazing things will happen. I don't work with egocentric people. They're just a waste of my time. I don't have all day to tell me that you're just right and you're like the perfect person. I'm looking for people that are open to working with me, creating solutions, growing their wholesaling business. Those people dominate in wholesaling. And I'm telling you, if you can figure this out before you start wholesaling, or if you've just started wholesaling and make this shift now, it took me a good 5 to 7 years to make this, and it cost me a ton of money. And I can't tell you how many deals I screwed up because I was trying to be right. Let's be right for our wholesaling business. And guys, if you can remember to do these things before you start wholesaling or correct it while you do it, amazing things will come your way. I'm just 19 years, guys. I wish somebody grabbed me by the horn. I wish I was listening, and my ego was too big, and I did not accept these 3 things. And guys, take this to heart. I'm telling you, it will change your life. It will change your business. Tell me what you guys think. Do you bury your ego? And do you track your marketing activity in the beginning? Let me know what you think. Guys, these are important things. I know they're basic, but I'm telling you, they will catapult your wholesaling business through the roof. Guys, for more information on it, freewholesaling.com. Everything there is free for you. Guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. And this is Rick with Flip with Rick, and I'll see you in the next video.